And welcome back, Chunk and Run listeners, to another Chunk and Run podcast. I'm your host, Zane Smith, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Zachary Smith. Zach, how are we doing today?
The Draft King, you could say.
You always got to start off with that, don't you?
Number one in the league, number one in your hearts. Holding a new staple of the show, the Claret mug. It's just a good day to be here, Zane.
Were you quoting the Replacements?
Is that... No?
I think you were. I think that's part of the thing. Whenever he goes to, whenever he's got Shane Falco like this, he goes, numbers 12 on your jerseys, number 1 in your hearts.
What is there's a famous saying, number 1 on the field, number 1 in your heart.
Okay. All right. Well, I think you were stealing it from something, but.
Well, yeah. But that's like an all-time saying. Like, it's been a thing forever.
Been a thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, it's been a thing, all right. So, Zach, we've got a lot of news to cover today. A lot of awesome news.
Do we?
Yeah, Zach's wearing two things that have certain significance. So, Zach, why don't you go ahead and tell us why you're wearing the things that you are right now?
Okay, so this hat, obviously, it's a Puma hat.
Yeah,
because I have to wear Puma on the show.
And it covers your god-awful hair. It also does that.
You're a hater.
I know.
But it's also a special color, Zane.
It is.
It's the color of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. You
Okay.
Who played for Oklahoma State, who plays for Puma and Cobra now. It's a man by the name of Ricky Fowler.
Oh, I was about to say Matthew Wolf, but go on.
He's played for Cobra Puma.
No, I know. It's a joke.
All right. Anyway. And guess where he's going, Zane?
Where, Zach?
He's going to Live Golf.
He's going to Live Golf?
He's going to Live Golf.
He's going to Live Golf.
Oh, man. I'm so excited for him.
It's crazy, man. So we've got like a lot of stuff going on. Dustin Johnson. We already covered him going over to the Live Golf Tour event. Now you've got Phil Mickelson. He's in the field. They've done the draft. Mm-hmm. He's in the field. He's playing on Thursday. And you've got the other, the counterpart to it, the RBC Canadian Open, taking place at the same time. Zach, who do you think, where do you think eyes are going to be? And come on, be honest.
Eyes are going to be on Live Golf.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a couple big names in the RBC Canadian Open field, but the back end of that tournament is absolute doo-doo. I don't know about you, but when we were picking our DraftKings lineup for this week, it was like, normally I can go down the list. I can find Denny McCarthy.
Yeah.
Lanto Griffin, Alex North, those guys that are my stable because they're cheap and they make cuts.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't exist in this tournament.
Yeah, I know. And this is the thing about the RBC Canadian Open, and I was saying this last week, was this is not something that a lot of players even play in to begin with. So, we were talking about the Live Golf. We were talking about how there was the opportunity for some kind of some type of synergy between the tours.
So, quick correction. Ricky is not in the field for London.
Oh, but he's in.
But his move to Saudi-backed tour is, quote, imminent.
Oh, gotcha. So he's going.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm guessing because it was already set, right? Yeah. You can only have they only have 48 spots.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like we were talking about this. There was the opportunity.
Yep.
For there to be some kind of merge or some kind of understanding between the tours.
Yep.
They already do WGC. That became the PGA. That became a huge part of the PGA Tour. Didn't start out that way. Became that way, right? You also have obviously the majors are not a tour phenomena. Mm-hmm. Those exist outside the tour. Mm-hmm. You have the DP World Tour events that take place during the winter season that a lot of players opt to play in versus the tour, right? Because of the field, because of the money, all that jazz, right? This is the same thing. You have a lot of tour events which players don't play in, and you need the type of money and the sponsorships. You need, mainly money to coerce, to incentivize those players to play in those events. This was just that.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, guys.
Well, that's what it should have been.
That's what it should have been. Now,
that's what it started as.
Now, here's the thing, guys. It's Saudi funded, which we've already discussed about this. all you Brandel Chambleys and all you guys out there that are saying, oh, they killed Jamal Khashoggi. That's terrible.
We agree.
It's horrible.
We agree.
We agree. Okay. Now, here's the deal. You back tournaments in a lot of places that are freaking awful when it comes to human rights. Terrible when it comes to human rights. You have, so my fiance's Mexican. You have tournaments in Mexico. What's their human rights record like? Not great.
It's not fantastic.
It's not fantastic. In fact, it's cartel run for the most part, that country. And don't you dare say it's not. I've heard stories, okay? It is cartel run. All right? So, and then on top of that, you have tournaments in Dubai, in the UAE.
Yep.
In Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And you don't have problems with those events, even though they're slave labor.
Yeah. Not
just black market slaves. We're talking indentured servitude.
Yeah.
Legal slaves. And their human rights record when it comes to women isn't great.
No.
So spare me. Spare me your moral betterments.
Yeah.
Spare me, please. Just for the moment. Right? If we're talking just the growth of the game.
Yep.
If we're talking just the growth of the game, this is not a bad thing. Right? Now, I would argue, yeah. Is it good that it's Saudi-backed? Not really. But we're already getting their oil, right?
Yeah.
That's Saudi-backed, right? You're paying money for the oil. That's Saudi-backed. You're giving them money. So there's absolutely zero difference between giving them money for the oil and taking their money for the golf, right? In fact, you could say it's 1-to-1. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we get your oil, right? And then you give us back the money for the golf. Am I wrong?
Oh my God.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. No.
No, it's basically free money they're throwing at Americans.
Yeah.
Why is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing? They're giving us the money back. I don't know why you're laughing.
Sorry, I made the mistake of looking at one of the accounts that I have on Twitter that is not currently blocked by Brandel Chamblee. I made the mistake of looking what he said.
I'm sure you did.
Oh my God.
Are you going to share it with the class?
Let's see. So, someone tweeted asking for Brandel Chamblee's opinion for whatever reason. God only knows.
I think people troll doing that. Just
what
saying.
rules will the live use? Could a player use a driver with a COR of greater than 0.83 if they make up their own rules? Would that void any World Golf Rankings points?
Why would Brandel be the guy?
So this is Brandel's response. Haven't heard yet if the Saudis are going to abide by USGA RNA rules, but then they pay no attention to international human rights laws, so doubtful if they have any respect for authority other than that of the murderer MBS.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. That's incredible. But that's not it. We're not done with Brandel Chamblee.
Well, hurry up, please.
If the successful Saudi-backed live golf the Saudi-backed live golf will prove to be a plague on the game. The 48 players who tee off this Friday...
A plague on the game or a plague on the game?
Plague on the game.
Okay.
The 48 players who tee off this Friday will have exchanged a little bit of their soul for money, and they tilt the game in a very bad direction, and every one of them knows they are helping to sell a lie.
Hold on. That's me committing mental seppuku because of how much I want to kill myself after hearing that sentence.
You can't say that.
I know, but that's terrible. That's the stuff we're talking about, and this is the worst part about that too. Is I've heard the thing about the Jamal Khashoggi. Yeah, that's bad. It wasn't. I haven't heard a single bit of evidence. Or not evidence, a single bit of linkage, besides the fact that it's Saudis.
Yeah.
To a single bit of linkage from the money given to these players to the person that committed that act, which is MBS.
Yeah.
Haven't found a single person saying it. Now, maybe it exists. I ain't saying it doesn't, but I haven't seen it. And here's the thing. I saw someone make the absurd claim that it's like, yeah, well, 14 of the 17 9/11 hijackers were Saudis. Okay, all right. By that logic, we just had a mass shooting in Buffalo and in Uvalde. They were American. Hence, all Americans are mass shooters.
Yeah. Columbine, the kids were American.
Yep.
Virginia Tech, he was American.
Yep. Las Vegas, American.
Las Vegas, American.
So, by that logic, you're a mass shooter. Because mass shooters are Americans.
Yeah.
Like, that just blows my mind.
Guys,
that's a
we
thing.
need to stop being bigoted. I'm sick of it. Sick of it, Brandel Chambly. Open your tiny mind to the fact that there are people in this world.
Quit being ignorant.
You're so ignorant. And honestly, shame on you.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, it's stupid.
See, I can be more.
And it leads to headlines like this. Live Golf making a mockery of itself in front of major championship organizations it needs to survive.
Dude.
That's by CBS.
No, I got a better one from Golf Digest.
That's not an editorial.
This isn't an editorial either. This was Golf Digest. I saw this scrolling on Facebook. The Live Golf team names are in, and they are the worst things you have ever seen. Golf Digest. So Zane, you created an acronym for this.
I did.
Tell everyone what the acronym is, and tell us what we're fighting against.
We're fighting against the GME, Zach. That's the golf media establishment. We're fighting against them.
It has been so
fighting against them.
Bad.
It's horrible.
I get triggered.
It's like watching MSNBC or CNN or Fox News. It's like watching a cable news station.
Is Golf Digest going to become like Slate?
I hope.
Or Huffington Post?
It's certainly on its way to.
Jeez.
Jesus. Lord help us. It's amazing that golf, of all things, has become political. Because it's kind of been that thing that's been kind of above it all. You know? Because it's such an individual sport.
Yeah.
So it's not really like your team banners and team flags and like, I gotta wave this, wave that. So it's been kind of apolitical for a long time. Mm-hmm. And now you've got this, which just apparently turned everybody on its head. And I think I know the reason, Zach. It's because it's got Trump ties. I think that's it.
Really?
I legitimately think that's it. And that's so stupid. Because it's like, whether or not you like the man or hate the man, which there's a lot of reasons to hate him, and there's a lot of reasons to like him. Why in the world would that matter? It's just a course. It's just a course.
Is that really why you think?
I really do. They're playing the championship at Doral. They're playing at another Trump course. I think that's the reason. 110%. I think that's the reason. I think the Jamal Khashoggi bit, I think that's a ploy. I think that doesn't matter because they can't actually link the money that's being paid to the players to the people that committed the evil act of killing Jamal Khashoggi. They can't connect any of those people to terrorists on flying any planes into any American buildings. They can't connect it. And so I think what they're doing is they're saying, well, this helps Trump. Let's go after this guy. And oh my God, it just blows my mind that it's still about this.
I think, honestly,
I could be wrong.
Honestly, what I think is it's not necessarily. I don't think it's about Trump necessarily. I think it's about the fact that in today's society, everyone's looking for a reason to get upset at something, at anything. We're always looking for a reason to get upset at something. Doesn't matter if it's a movie or a TV show or a new tournament series in golf. Doesn't matter. Everyone's looking for a reason to get upset. And because of the money and the fact that the money is frankly beating the PGA Tour's purses. They're just absolutely dwarfing them.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, people are like, well, this has to be bad because it's challenging the PGA Tour in this way.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look for a reason to hate it. And they're going to find their reason.
Well, I think I'm going to withdraw my last statement about Trump being I think that's icing on the cake. But I was talking to you about this right before the podcast started. The real reason that I think a lot of the golf media establishment is going after this tour isn't because of the Saudi money. I think the real reason they do it is because they think it tears golf apart.
Mm-hmm.
I think they think it tears the talent up, which it does in the short term, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's irrefutable. Mm-hmm. But here's the problem with that. If there's no competition to the tour,
mm-hmm.
the tour is a lackluster product. Mm-hmm. The tour is a lesser product for not being challenged.
Yeah, so...
And not just that. Can I finish?
Yeah.
Not just that. I think that with the live golf, right? With the live golf, you have the ability for players to choose which... I think it's better for player autonomy. Mm-hmm. Players can choose now if they want to play at this course or that course.
Mm-hmm.
For comparable amounts of money.
Mm-hmm. Instead of going to the DP World Tour.
Instead of going over to the DP World Tour.
So much less.
Exactly. And I think in the long run, I think it grows the game because it gives another stage. Mm-hmm. It's another stage. There's nothing wrong with more and more stages. We want more and more stages in golf.
Yeah.
You want there to be more and more tours because you want there to be more and more spots so more and more talent can get seen. Mm-hmm. And the more and more talent that gets seen, the greater the ability to pay out bigger and bigger purses.
Yeah.
Right? So it blows my mind. The people like Brandel, the other people that have blocked me. It blows my mind that they would think so little of golf that they think it's hit its peak.
Yeah.
Because I think that's it. I think they use the others the Saudi stuff as fodder. I don't think it's real. I think it's a red herring. I think the real reason is because they think it tears the game apart. And it doesn't. Mm-hmm. In the short term, sure, it tears talent up.
Yeah.
Right? It mishmashes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think long term, man, if you're thinking long term, you kind of want there to be this big league. You kind of want there to be this league that's sitting on top of everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I like. It's 48 men. It's 48 man. And then you get something underneath, the next layer on the cake, and then the next layer on the cake, and then the next layer on the cake.
What do you think's going to have more live viewers? RBC Canadian Open or live golf?
Live golf. And I'll tell you why. And this is where PGA lost me. Right?
The PGA Tour.
PGA Tour lost me. PGA Tour lost me whenever it did the ESPN Plus crap. Because it's crap. Because it's crap. I don't care how much they paid you. It ruins golf. Less eyes are on it with ESPN Plus.
Yeah?
Less eyes are on it. You've got 60-somethings that wanted to watch it. Now they're stuck watching Champions Tour events. Now they're stuck watching, and sorry about it, ladies, stuck watching LPGA Tour events.
When they'd rather watch
the PGA Tour. And they get and you have other channels that would gladly pay for airing that coverage. Mm-hmm. But no, you decide to sell out to ESPN Plus, which is a streaming service, so that nobody like me and you can watch it.
Well, I watch it because I have ESPN
okay.
Plus, but...
Okay.
Yeah, I have to pay.
I don't want to pay.
Yeah.
And I won't pay.
Especially because
Because I can't just pay for... If I could just pay for PGA, I would.
Yeah.
If I could just pay to watch the coverage on one day, on a prorated basis, I would. I can't do that. Mm-hmm. Won't let me.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Sorry. I'm just so...
Are you upset?
Yes. Yes, Zach. I'm terrible. Now, here's the thing. They're not wrong. The logos aren't great. I don't know if you've seen some of the logos.
I haven't seen the logos. I saw the names. They're not good.
They're not good. You've got like 4 aces, GC, and why they put GC Golf Club? I don't know why they put GC behind it. That just doesn't make sense. Then you got Gleeks GC, Crushers Golf Club, I'm guessing, because your team's in a club. Crushers GC, Fireballs GC, High Flyers GC, Ironheads, Majestics, Nimblix, Punch, Smash, Stinger, Torque. I don't like it. I don't like really any of these. Maybe the Fireballs, that's kind of funny. It's kind of cool. The Crushers, I don't mind that. But all these other ones are just not great. Not great about it.
Yeah, they're not great names.
They're not great names. Majestics, maybe. Yeah, I get that. Ironheads, I don't like that one either. But anyway, so this is this is one of those things where it's going to get better. I mean, this is again, it's an untried product. Really is, with the teams especially. Mm-hmm. It's an untried product. We haven't really seen it. This gets them more money on top. If they are on the top team, I think they get $3 million extra or something.
Guess what, Zane?
What?
If the PGA Tour would have just relaxed, this whole live golf thing could literally be over by this coming week.
Yeah.
If the PGA Tour had just been like,
because if this sucks, which it might, it's
perfectly capable of sucking.
Untried. It's shotgun format.
Yep.
48 men. Let's go over this real quick. Let's go over the. Let's go over this.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead over the format of the live golf. So this is the live golf format. The live golf invitational series features 2 competitions occurring concurrently. For you kids out there, that's at the same time. An individual event and a team event. This is where the teams come in. 7 events will take place over the course of live golf's 4-month regular season. It's only 4 months. The 8th event, this is all lasting short, right? Mm-hmm. Short of the playoffs, the PGA Tour playoffs. Mm-hmm. They could have worked together.
Yeah.
The 8th event will be a team championship in late October in Miami, where teams compete against one another in a match play format to see who earns the inaugural live golf team trophy. Individual event. The first 7 live events will have an individual competition where each golfer will compete in a stroke play format over the course of 54 holes. There are no cuts, and the golfer with the lowest score after 54 holes will be declared the winner. Pretty simple, all things considered. Team event. The team element of the competition is where things start to change. Each event will feature 12 teams made up of 4 golfers each. The live golf with live golf appointing a captain to lead each team. Those captains will then select the other 3 players for their teams in a snake draft, which is what they had this past weekend. Mm-hmm. This in a snake draft format each week, as the player pool will change from event to event. The captain's responsibilities don't end there, though, as they also will select the lineup for each week. Each team will have a logo, name, and unique colors. Team scoring. Team scoring is another aspect of live golf that differs from the PGA Tour. During the first 2 rounds, only each team's 2 best scores will be used to quantify where they rank. The number rises to 3 in the 3rd and final round. So there's only 3 rounds.
So there's more emphasis on the final round.
More emphasis on the final round, which is awesome.
Which is what you want.
Mm-hmm. Lastly, the team championship will be held during the 8th and final team event. The event will be a 4-day, 4-round match play knockout bracket.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Live golf payouts. Each regular season event, the first 7 events of the season, feature a $25 million purse. $20 million to be split over the 48 golfers who played a part in the tournament. Winner earns $4 million. Last place earns $120,000. Yeah. This is why you got a lot of the guys like James Pyatt, who was from Michigan State, who played at the Georgia Cup. This is why you got him in the event. This is why you get Sam Horsfield in the event. Mm-hmm. Because of the high pay, low risk circumstance, those players are like, hey, bring it on.
What am I
going to do?
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I'm going to take it.
If they get the offer, they're going to take it.
Yep, and good for him.
So, real quick, we're going to go over some of the bigger names in the 2022 London Invitational field. First off, we're going to start off with Bernd Wiesberger. he's basically famous for being on that Ryder Cup team that got murdered a couple years ago or last year. Then we have Brendan Grace, Charles Schwartzel, Dustin Johnson, Graham McDowell, Hudson Swafford, Ian Poulter, Justin Harding, Kevin Na, Lee Westwood, Louis Oosthuizen, Martin Keimer, Matt Jones, Peter Uihlein, Phil Mickelson, Richard Bland, Sam Horsfield, Sergio Garcia, Taylor Gooch, Travis Smythe, and that's all the ones that everyone would know.
Nice.
It surprised me Bernd Weisberger was the first one picked.
Yeah, he was the first pick. First pick of the draft. Well, I mean, you got to think. All the 12 are already captains.
The 12?
The top 12 are already captains. You can look them up. Actually, go ahead and look it up for the people at home. Who the 12 captains are. I know Dustin Johnson is obviously one of them. Go ahead and look them up.
Yeah.
Live golf captain. So let's go ahead real quick while Zach's looking that up. I just wanted to bring this up too. So Tiger Woods, he already said that he was remain loyal to the tour. And this is kind of, good on Tiger for being Tiger, for staying steadfast, I guess. So apparently it was reported that, this is Bleacher Report, Tiger Woods rejected a live golf contract worth high 9 digits, Greg Norman says. So here we go. There's a little bit of the thing. The live golf, the breakaway tour backed by Saudi Arabia, attempting to position itself as a major competitor to the PGA Tour, apparently tried to convince the biggest name in golf to join the fold. Live Golf CEO Greg Norman told Kent Babb of the Washington Post that Woods was offered a deal that was mind-blowingly enormous. We're talking about high 9 digits. That's crazy.
So you ready for the captains?
That's hundreds of millions of dollars.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
All right, so captain, we got Peter Uihlein, Louis Oosthuizen, Kevin Na, Taylor Gooch, Sergio Garcia, Phil Mickelson, Ian Poulter, Siwon Kim, Martin Keimer, Wade Ormsby, Graham McDowell, and Dustin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Horsfield wasn't even picked in the first round.
That's hard to believe, man. I would have picked him.
That's crazy.
I would have picked 12 picks and he wasn't picked in the first round.
Dustin Johnson had the first pick, right?
Yeah, he picked Burnt.
Says he picked Sean Norris.
I don't know if he had the first pick then, because the first pick was definitely Burnt.
Graham McDowell might have had the first pick.
That's probably true. They probably the lowest of the 12 was probably picking first, I would imagine. But it's Snake, so it doesn't really matter as much, right? So,
who ended up with Ian Poulter has Lee Westwood and Sam Horsfield?
Dude, stacked team of
Dude,
players.
Ian Poulter, he gets Sam Horsfield in the third round. He's like, what the heck?
Yeah, he's like, you guys are tripping.
Charles Schwartzel wasn't picked to the third round.
You mean the second round?
The second round, sorry.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude.
James Piot picked in the second round.
That's crazy, man.
Maybe they know something we don't.
Maybe. Very possible.
Very possible.
Very possible. So I just wanted to go over this real quick. We're gonna go to something a little more somber. Not somber, but with something a little bit more.
End of an era.
It's an end of an era. Michelle Wie West to leave the LPGA Tour after next week's U.S. Women's Open. This is a woman who has been on top of the LPGA world for a very long time. Not more recently, but I'm talking like early in her career, especially.
She was supposed to be the Tiger Woods for women's golf.
Yeah, and she just got burnt out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of understand that, but she was epic. I mean, remember coming up, she worked with Gary Gilchrist, she worked with David Ledbetter, and she was phenomenal. So just a little bit about her. We're gonna kind of go over it. You know, it's not a set in stone retirement either. She said, "I'm definitely not ruling anything out," she told a reporter, but she's ready for her next chapter. She's only playing in this U.S. Women's Open that they just played at Pebble Beach. She battled injuries much of her career and has played sparingly over the last few years. She entered 5 tournaments in 2019, missing 3 cuts, and withdrew from another tournament. She took 2020 off and gave birth to her daughter, McKenna, in June 2020, and made a brief return to play in 6 events, making 2 cuts in 2021. Her only event this year has been the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions in January. She opened with a 1 under 71, but closed with a 78, 78, 81, and tied for 28th. Her health was a big factor in her decision to step away. At times, if I do play a lot of golf, I'm just in bed, she told Nichols, this is the reporter, or I can't lift McKenna up, and that scared me. Which, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Who wouldn't it scare? Wee West was dubbed the next big thing in women's golf at a young age. And her list of accomplishments as a teenager have been well documented.
Yeah.
At 12 years old, she was the youngest player to ever qualify for an LPGA event. That's crazy. And a year later, she became the youngest player to ever make a cut in the LPGA event and also at the U.S. Women's Open.
Keep going. Sorry.
In 2004, she received a sponsor's exemption to play into She received a sponsor's exemption into the Sony Open and became the youngest female to ever play on the PGA Tour. The PGA Tour. Wee West enrolled at Stanford in 2007, but continued to play professionally. She won her first LPGA event in 2009 and has a total of 5 wins in her career, including the 2014 U.S. Women's Open at Pinehurst, her lone major title, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, she was supposed to be, like I said, she was supposed to be the Tiger Woods for women's golf.
Yep, she was.
Just go on a run that was like unstoppable run.
Well, she was right after that Lorena Ochoa period. So everybody looked to her as that next big thing. And everybody's always looking for the next big thing. We were, as golfers, we're always looking for the next big thing. We talk about Scotty. We talk about JT whenever he went on his run. Spieth, whenever he went on his run, that was unprecedented. Not unprecedented, but
it was unprecedented
for a while.
Spieth's run where he won 3 majors in a year,
it was wild.
I was like, is this guy just about to come out of nowhere in his early 20s and win? Yeah,
it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy. Tiger,
Grand Slam.
Yeah, everybody's looking for the guy after Tiger. It was Rory, right? Rory was the deal. Everybody was thinking Rahm was going to be the deal. And it just happens like that. We're always looking for that next. But in reality, those players come around once in a few generations.
Yeah, I just wish this is going to sound kind of weird, but I wish we were kind of like basketball right now, where LeBron's on his way out and Giannis is on his way in. But it feels like Tiger is basically leaving. He's in his last stage of his career.
We aren't gonna see Tiger, not as Tiger was. It's just it's looking more and more, Zach, like it's just a nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
Yeah.
It's like seeing him limp whenever they were out in Tulsa. That was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Limping back down the hill. After looking up at the hole and limping back down the hill to his ball, I was just like, oh my God.
He's not playing in the U.S. Open.
I know, he would, so that's another news. Tiger withdrew from the U.S. Open.
Said he needs to give his body more time.
Which we were saying from the get-go, after that first appearance at the Masters.
Why is he playing the Masters?
Yeah.
At Augusta.
Well, not just that. Why is he playing the Masters at Augusta? And I get it's Augusta. It's my favorite major too. However, he gave the timeline of the British Open. Him. It came out of his mouth to the reporter, right, that he was setting his timeline for the U.S. Open. And he came 2 majors sooner.
And then played in both those majors. Did he make the
3
cut?
majors sooner. Because it goes U.S. Open then British.
Yeah.
What did you say?
Did he make the cut at the...
Yeah, he made the cut at both of them. But here's the thing, Zach. I don't want Tiger to just make the cut. I want him to be healthy enough to where he plays and he's fine.
He's never going
He's not there.
He's never going
And I don't know if he's ever going to be there.
I already told you when we had this conversation about if he was going to come back and if he could win again. He ain't never going to win again, buddy.
Yeah, I know. And that's sad because I was really hoping
You were saying major championship.
I was hoping. But after watching those first 2 goes, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard to say.
Don't cry.
I'll try not to. I'll sniffle a little bit tonight. Yeah, but it's one of those things that just hits you, man. It's like we went to go to our grandpa's 90th birthday party.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that just, man, you look at all the old times, and it's like, and yeah, you're not really like, it's one of those things that you look back on, it's like, yeah, there was something special. You know what I mean? What are you laughing at me for?
That sentence made no sense.
What?
Look back at those times, man, you know.
Why are you making fun of me? That's not cool.
You just think about those times in the past when, it's just, something special. What?
But it's
what's in that Coke can, man?
I'm serious. There's something that you look back on that gives you that kind of sentimentality. It's like, wow, and you're not super sad. You're not super sad about it, because it's not a regretful feeling. It's I don't know. Can you describe that feeling? You know what feeling I'm talking about, right?
I don't have feelings.
Yeah, we know. We know you don't have feelings. We know you're
well, actually, I do have feelings. I have a feeling of hatred.
For
sarcasm and hatred.
For people like
pretty much everyone.
Brandon Chambly. Pretty much everyone.
So, you were talking about correlation doesn't necessarily mean causation when you're talking about the how someone said that, the 11 of the 13 hijackers are Saudi Arabia or whatever when talking about live golf.
That's crazy, yeah.
So the PGA Tour was founded in 1929. You know what else happened in 1929? Stock market crash.
Wait, what happened? What are you talking about?
Stock market crash, 1929.
What does 1929 have to do with it?
Same year as the PGA Tour was founded.
Oh, yeah.
PGA Tour, you have some explaining to do.
Yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault. I'm over it. Actually, I'm not over it. I'm never going to be over it.
All right.
But anyway, so that's all we've got for you guys today. Unless Zach's got anything else.
Oh, no, we got to talk about DraftKings.
Oh.
With the Draft King.
Yeah.
Woo! You know what? Back in the winner's circle.
You go ahead.
I
gotta get this set up.
What is it now? 11 for 14 or something like that? 11 for 15?
I don't think it's that.
It's something crazy, man. I'm on some kind of run. Golly, I'm already a playoff team. We ain't even halfway through this season. All right. So, Zane does have to do punishment today. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. And he is going to be having some of First We Feast presents Hot Ones, the Last Dab Apollo hot sauce. It is spicy, very spicy. But while we're waiting for him to heat up his food, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my picks for this week's RBC Canadian Open. Probably won't watch that much of it because I'm going to be watching live golf. Ha-ha! But starting off at the bottom, I'm going with I believe this is a Gary Gilchrist boy. Not a Gary Gilchrist. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe I just said that. A Frank Mantua boy. Ryan Armour. $7,300. Is that right? Is he Frank Mantua?
They know each other, but...
Oh, I thought that he coached him. He might have sometime in the past. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Ryan Armour. Anyway, he knows Frank Mantua. $7,300. I think he's 6 for 12 cuts made this year.
They live next to each other.
Oh, do they actually?
Yeah.
That's dope. But I picked Ryan Armour for one reason alone. He is the #1 driving accuracy on tour, and this course is pretty tight. It's also a par 70. It's got reachable par 5s, 3 of them, 5 par 3s. Very weird layout. It's Canadians up north, they don't do it right. But picked Ryan Armour. My second pick, a guy that won this year on tour. Made it to the Masters. We had a big celebration for him. JJ Spawn. JJ Spawn,
yes,
$7,700. He's got 2 top 10s this year. He's slowed down a little bit since his win. If you're looking at his recents, he's been cut the last 2 events, but I think he's going to bounce back this week at RBC in a very weak field.
It's a very weak field.
One of my biggest comeback players, or biggest guy that I think could make a splash this week is CT Pan, $8,100. 3 top 10s. He's been a pretty solid pick in DraftKings this year. Not incredible, but he has made his last 5 cuts. So in a weak field, what would be the point in not picking him? 15 of 19 cuts made this season at $8,100. That's practically petty larceny. Zane, what are your first 3 guys?
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say all of them.
Okay.
Because I was hoping that you would do yours. So I'm gonna go ahead with some guys that I have not picked, really ever. So first off, I've got Bill Haas.
I don't hate it.
It's not a terrible pick. He does kind of fit the course a little bit better than most. He's also playing not too shabby recently, so I'm hoping that he just makes the cut. Right?
Yeah.
And in a weak field, it's not a bad pick.
That's what I'm doing with Ryan Armour.
Dylan Fratelli, I'm hoping he makes a comeback. Let's look at him real quick. So game log. Yeah, I mean, he's been playing decent. Charles Schwab, T35, AT&T, Byron Nelson, T69, T46 at the Wells Fargo. So again, in a weak field, he's going to shine because all those fields were star-studded. Mm-hmm. Then you got Aaron Rye. This is kind of my dark horse pick. I think he has a real chance to go really, really high. He's one of those guys that kind of flies under the radar. And there at the Memorial, he T26.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be fine. Mm-hmm. I'm not really worried about him. Rasmus Højgaard.
Good pick.
Great pick. So I've got him. He's been playing the World Tour obviously, but he's been playing pretty good. This past tournament he didn't play well in, but before that he was seeing top 20s regularly. So I've got him. And his last PGA event, he T18.
Yeah.
So, and this is, again, we're talking about a tournament without a whole lot of talent.
Yeah.
Tyrrell Hatton. Really good pick for this event. PGA Championship, T13. Wells Fargo, T37. He's just a really great player to pick. That's not too much money. And then Matthew Fitzpatrick. Steady Eddie, always taking notes.
Ugh.
He's going to be...
vomit.
You're going to vomit? Well,
I hate Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Let's just put it this way. He got cut, and every time he gets cut, he comes back with like a top 10. So
I just can't stand his face. I don't know what it is.
He does have a very, what do you call, slappable face.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
My last 3 picks, I got Brendan Todd. Another guy's very accurate off the tee. And of course, you need to hit the ball straight off the tee. That's one of the main reasons I picked him. He's got 2 top 10s this year, $8,200. He's pretty steady Eddie out on the golf course. If he can play okay, I think he can get the job done this week.
I'm ready for it.
Next, I got Rasmus Højgaard. Great pick from Zane. Just like he said, he has played very well in PGA Tour events where the field has been weak.
Yeah, and that's what you want.
And that's what you want in a week where the field is weak.
Yep, it seems like he shines whenever he doesn't.
And then my final pick, I went out and got probably my favorite player in this event in terms of my pick to win, and that is Cam Smith. He is 6 top 10s.
How much was he?
10-3.
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't near as expensive as Scheffler or Thomas.
Yeah.
But now, since we made our picks, what's the punishment, Zane? What's the punishment for next week?
The punishment for next week? I thought you made the dab one. Oh yeah, you did make the dab one.
I did make the dab one.
All right, while you get this
Yeah.
Just, come on, man. Be gentle. Be effing gentle, or I will destroy you. All you need is a little bit. Holy crap.
That's a dab!
That's not a dab. And it's chunky. Why is it chunky?
Because it's got pepper stuff in it.
I don't think hot sauce is supposed to be chunky.
It's got like
How old
bits
is that?
of pepper in it. Not that old.
Can you look at the expiration date real quick?
It doesn't have an expiration date.
Yeah, it definitely does.
April 14th, 2023.
All right.
Dude. Prepare your body.
I am not excited.
I'm excited.
All right, you ready for the next week's?
Yeah.
So the next week's is you have to draw on your face. No, we can't do that.
No. With a crayon.
Yeah, with a crayon.
Oh, I have a good one for the next time it's mine.
You have to wear lipstick for the whole podcast.
Wear lipstick?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I get to apply it though.
If you lose, you get to apply it.
Yeah, I get to apply it to myself.
Yeah.
Zane,
I'm
come
putting
on.
it back on. Hey, look. See?
Oh
Putting it back on. I'm just making sure there's not a huge gob. You see? See how I'm putting it back on?
Get it all on there. Come on.
I am. See?
Shake it up.
Dude. I hate you so much.
Back to the roots with the spicy stuff, baby. Zane,
Let's just put it this way. It's going to be this and down.
it doesn't help that much.
I know it doesn't. That's
You know what helps a lot
What?
if you got like strawberry mousse or something like that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have strawberry mousse. I have an oatmeal cream pie.
I don't know if that would help that much.
That might help.
All right.
Anyway, we'll get it if this sucks. By the way, there's a crack in this cup.
I saw that the other day.
That's sad.
Come on, just put it down.
Just say 3, 2, 1. Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Fuck! I burnt the. Shoot, I can't say a word.
Is it hot?
I haven't felt anything yet. I'm even gonna dab it again.
Did you not get any of the sauce? Did you shake it all off?
Yeah, I shake it all up. You're the one that dabbed it. Oh, it's hot.
You're faking it. I don't believe you now.
No, it's hot. I'm gonna try and not drink the milk. As long as I can.
I feel like you're faking it now.
No.
Because it was instant for me when I tried it.
Oh, that did not help. That might have made it worse.
I
feel like you're breathing fire.
I still can't tell if you're faking
I'm
it.
not faking it. You still. Oh, there we go. The first time I did it, it hit harder. Because I did it with you.
Yeah, you just did a pinky though.
But it hit harder.
Yeah, it hits hard. Yeah! DraftKings! Woo!
Alright, well, please comment who you think is going to win the first live golf event. We will be doing the DFS as soon as they have one out for the next event, because they don't have one for this event.
Yep, and
if one comes up, you can guarantee we'll have it on there. Please sign up today. Zach, sign us off.
Thank you guys for watching the Chunk and Run podcast. We'll see you guys next week.
Cue outro music.
I can't tell if you're serious.
you